Nicole, can you hear us? You're on mute. I need to,
I can hear you.
okay, thank you.
Uh-huh.
I need to turn off this. Yes. Back to you.
Too much problem, I don't
I know.
Your love green beans too.
Do they? I grew those for several years and I didn't have too much
I
trouble.
found when I have them on the edge of the garden, they'll eat them, slap them in the middle of the garden there. Right?
Okay, I'm going to call this meeting of the Patton Township Planning Commission to order. Do we have anything that needs to be added to the posted meeting agenda in our packets? Hearing none, we will move on to line item 2, which is to approve the March Planning Commission minutes. Is there any discussion on anything in the March Planning Commission minutes?
I move to approve the March.
Second.
Okay. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Ayes have it. We'll go on to line item 3, which is public comment. Does anyone from the general public have any comments for the Planning Commission? If there's any items that are on tonight's meeting agenda, please save your comments to when we get to those items on the Planning Commission meeting agenda.
I don't see any public.
Okay, hearing no public comments, we will go on to agenda item 4, which is the Acres Artesian Farmers Market temporary use permit request.
Thanks, Rich. Good evening, everyone. Acres Artisans Farmers Market has submitted a request for a temporary use permit to hold a weekly outdoor farmers market at the upper parking lot of the Nittany Valley Sports Center located at 177 Champion Drive, State College. The farmers market will be open to the public every Monday from 3 to 7 p.m. from April through November. The attached sketched photograph illustrates the use of the Nittany Valley, let me find it. The use of the Nittany Valley Sports Center parking lot to accommodate a total of 23 vendor spaces with 19 10 by 10 standard vendor spaces and 4 larger vendor spaces. Staff recommends for the following approach for tonight's meeting. Review the reference materials, so the map is included in your agenda. This packet is in the agenda with the summary of the use and the lease agreement between Nittany Valley Sports Center and Acres Artisans Farmers Market. And what else is in there? That's it. And that's all the materials for the agenda. So the 3 actions that can be considered tonight are to recommend to the board for approval, recommend to the board for denial of the of approval, or identify additional information needed prior to approving.
Right. And just to put it on there, Val sent an email out from a township resident
Correct.
that said that in regards to the farmer's market, I would like to submit the following request. If the permit is approved, can the township make sure that there is proper signage as to where to turn for Champion Drive prior to the actual entrance from both directions? The intersection with Brunel Road can become dangerous when there are numerous cars turning into or exiting from the intersection. So that was a summary of the email.
Yes. We discussed that. We discussed that internally. Nicole, if you want to speak to that, you can.
So we can permit them to put an A-frame sign out at the intersection that basically just states farmers market, enter here. It just can't have any advertising on it.
My 2 cents about the letter, since I went out there and looked, is Brunel Road intersection's a heck of a lot better than it was before. I don't find it being unsafe. And Champions Drive is rather obvious where it is too.
Yeah, there's good sight distance on that road.
Now, Doug, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't believe that we can require them to do it, but I think giving them the permit to put an A-frame out there is...
Oh, I think we can make it a condition of the permit. Okay. Yeah. I mean, just, they can do it and they have to pick it up when they're done. You know, put it out in the morning, pick it up, or I guess this is an late afternoon.
3 to 7?
Yeah, so, put it out at 2 and pick it up at 8 or whatever like that.
So we would want to say that as a condition, if we would move forward to quote-unquote allow this, we would ask them to put a
Yeah,
sign
we
up.
require them to put a sign there.
That would be
temporary sign.
taken down at the close of business, obviously.
Yep.
Okay. Are we all okay with that
I
on the
think we're-
planning
I
commission
think
and
I'm okay with
online?
that, yeah.
I am, yeah.
Okay.
So I can,
Yeah, so we should do this by motion.
Yep, okay, so do I have a motion about the farmer's market temporary use permit?
I make the motion to to recommend conditional approval based off staff's comments with the requirement of the sandwich sign as discussed by Nicole.
Second.
Okay, is there any comments or discussion from the planning commission or anyone in the general public? Okay, I will call the question. All those in favor of the Acres Artisan Farmers Market temporary use permit with the conditions outlined by staff of the sign being put out, please say aye.
Aye.
All those not in favor say nay. The ayes have it. We have approved the temporary use permit with the conditions that Nicole laid out in terms of having them put out a sign.
Goes to the board.
Thank
And
you.
now it's going to the board. So we are done with line item 4, and we are now going to move on to line item 5, which are work tasks for the planning commission and staff. And it says that we are still having discussion and still in the process of completing the general code review.
That is correct. Do you want some background on the general code review? Okay, that's fine. We'll bring back those items once they're ready for planning commission input.
Sounds good. Okay, is there anyone else on Zoom that has anything that they'd like to ask about line item 5 before we go to item 6? Okay, item 6 is status report on pending items, attainable housing update. There is no new information.
No new information. The county still hasn't released the report.
Okay. Line item 7, do we have any other business that we would like to discuss? Hearing no other business, I will move to line item 8. Do I have a motion to adjourn this planning commission meeting?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor of adjourning this planning commission, please say aye.
Aye.
We are adjourned.
Thank you.